The ability to speak is something many of us take for granted. But imagine not being able to speak at all. That is the reality for hundreds of millions of people around the world living with disabilities. Alternative communication technologies do exist, but these are only accessible in wealthy nations, relegating the vast majority of people with disabilities to an existence of social exclusion. If someone you loved was unable to speak, how far would you go to help them communicate? For Carlos Pereira, a computer scientist from Brazil, that hypothetical question became a personal one on the day his daughter was born.
I'm a father of a little girl. Her name is Clara. She has cerebral palsy due to a medical mistake during my wife's labor. She can't walk and she can't speak. From the moment I found out about my daughter's condition, empowering people with disabilities became a passion for me. The reason why I created Līvoks was because there was nothing in Brazil for that. So I had to create something so my daughter could communicate. I knew nothing about coding for mobile equipment. So I decided to learn about it, and I did a lot of research on the internet. This was really exhausting work. I didn't want it to be just one more alternative communication device. I wanted it to be the best one, because I was doing it for my daughter. I used a tablet, first because it's mobile, and also a tablet is a multimedia device. People with disabilities can play instruments, they can listen to music, watch videos, they can do a lot of things. I started to research what are the needs of people with disabilities. We started to transform these needs into algorithms. One of the algorithms is related to touch. People with motor disabilities, like my daughter, for example, they don't touch on the screen of a tablet like we do. They touch with their whole hands, they drag their fingers, they do involuntary touches. If a person with no disability at all touches Līvoks' screen, it knows that the touch is perfect and does nothing. But if someone like my daughter touches the screen of Līvoks, it knows that something is different, and it tries to correct the imperfect touch of people with disabilities. Līvoks speaks 25 languages, and also Līvoks is very affordable. It's up to 4,000% cheaper than current solutions used in the US.
My daughter has autism, and this is her communication device. This is her voice.
Want me to read it? Yes or no? Yes.
She was so insecure because she'd be across the room and she'd say something to me and I didn't know what she was saying. There's just nothing worse than, not being able to talk to your child as they're growing up. Now through Līvoks, her confidence level is huge. She's gone from literally one word to having conversations with me with the device. She has just changed so much by using this device, and people around her have noticed it.
All done.
We want to be the voice of millions of people with disabilities that can't communicate. By doing so, we want to enable them to become useful members of society. What I really want for my daughter, and also for many people with disabilities, is that they can live a full life. Because many of them are just a shadow of what they could be. And by being able to communicate, they can do so much more.